Here's PJC. Fancy dance step, turned around, saw nothing on offer. So, well, I'll do it all if you like.
Bannon. Got it. Big hit, Josh Bannon.
Hamilton. He's going to kick, letting it fly.
Hamilton for another. Oh, wow. Here comes Hamilton again. The spin move and the finish. Spectacular from Hamilton.
Friday night hoops in Hobart, and it is a vital game in two of our post-season challenges seasons. Tasmania occupy 6th spot, New Zealand 7th. It's starting to slip away from the Breakers. Can they claw their way back into play-in contention tonight with a much-needed W, or it'll be Will Magnay in game 150 and the JackJumpers who have the final say on this Friday Boxing Day hoops in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Great to have you with us. A big game here at My State Bank Arena this evening. Joel Peterson alongside Pete Hooley, Leonard Copeland with Joe Healy courtside. And Copes, the standings on our Mitsubishi Motors ladder tell the story. 6th and 7th, there's a lot baked into this.
Yeah, there's no more messing around for New Zealand. They went up in Queensland and laid an egg, Joel. If you're serious about making the top 6, you got to come out and take care of business. And I think my man Peter Hooley said it right. You got to throw that first punch and let them know you're serious about this game.
Well, he didn't say that in the pregame, Joel. But I tell you what, they laid 2 eggs in Queensland. That was the best round for them to solidify themselves in the top 6 based on what we've seen. They don't only have to travel to Queensland once to play Cairns and Brisbane, the bottom 2 teams, and not just lost both, but came out with really disappointing results. When you watch it back the way they played, it wasn't good enough.
A loss tonight puts them 3 games back out of 6th spot. It would be mighty tough from there. Really the one constant for them this season has been the play of Parker Jackson Cartwright. Another tremendous season that he is putting together, and he was the shining light last time out.
You look at the numbers, 26, he's got 4 and 4, 2 steals, and you think, well, they played the Brisbane Bullets. With those numbers, they have to win. He can't do it on his own. Same with Sam Meninga. Those two need other guys to step up. At PJC, when he's in attack mode, when he's ultra aggressive, he's so quick in the open floor. He's so fun to watch, and I think he's doing his job. I don't think PJC's doing anything less than the standard that we've known and loved from him, but other guys have to come along for the ride.
Yeah, he needs a little bit of help, and he's so good at controlling things and setting them up. Leads the league for assists. We know how good he is at facilitating this New Zealand Breakers offense. It's just about how they can find the support around him. For Tasmania at that point guard position, Copes, they've made a change in that starting lineup last time out to put Tiger Campbell in there. He starts again tonight. Fair to say this worked for Scott Rock.
And how good was he against Melbourne United? Just more aggressive, took over that game, shot the ball well, got guys involved. He ran that team the way Roth wants him to run it. Now, he's got a backup in Ben Air who can come in and mess with other guards as well. So these two guys together should be okay if they're playing hard and being aggressive.
He was great last time out. I mean, all their inputs were terrific in that open air game against Melbourne.
Yeah, but him in particular, to see him in this aggressive mindset, he came into their team and was terrific at not turning the ball over, but they need some more playmakers if teams get after Bryce Hamilton. David Johnson's still trying to find his groove. So let's see what Tiger Campbell we get tonight, because he was fantastic, as were all their imports. And again, David Johnson, yes, I do think he's the key. If they want to get in the top 6, stay in the top 6, make it to a semi-final series out of the playing tournament, they need their 3-headed monster to thrive.
Yeah, David Johnson, the one that could really raise the ceiling of this Tassie team, that is for sure. Let's check in with the final member of our broadcast team and say a very good evening to Joe Healy. Hello, Joe.
Hello, gents. Great to be here in Hobart for this one. Now, this is a fascinating matchup. The JackJumpers come in form, obviously, that big win over United. But the Breakers are confident. They've beaten the JackJumpers twice already this season, and they like this matchup. Looking at the ladder, it's 6th versus 7th, and there's an argument that these two teams will be battling it out for a spot in the play-in come the end of the season. Speaking to both camps, they know how important this game is. Tassie see it as an opportunity to create separation, while the Breakers know this is a must-win game. Leonard, you said it, there's no messy around for New Zealand from here on in.
Absolutely, Joe. They got to come out hard tonight, and they got the talent. They need everyone playing well. They need Brockington to pick his game up. You know, they need the young fellow to pick his game, Lopez to pick his game up, and the other guys to come to the party. So if they can put everything together, they give themselves a real chance.
Yeah, it's the old double points game, right? When you looked at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder, they're right there. Those two teams, it's so crucial to see I'm just interested to see the response from the New Zealand Breakers as we have a look at the starting five. I like that Nick Marshall's staying there too, because he was really good against Melbourne United. Has been good this season. We talked about Josh Bannon heading to a new club and finding a home. I think Nick Marshall is the same. But do we see the same Tasmania that we saw against Melbourne? Because if we do, it is a different proposition.
Indeed, a couple of milestones for Tassie tonight. We know Magno's playing game 150, Nick Marshall playing game 100 in his first season as a Jack Jumper for New Zealand. They go with Jackson, Cartwright, Lopez, Brockington, Baker and Sam Menenga, and the heat is on those couple of other imports, Copes, to try and produce something for them tonight.
And they're good enough. We've seen them play on Wednesday night. We make a joke about it, but they play a different style of basketball. They need to be loose, they need to be aggressive, and then, again, they need to throw that first punch.
What is a weekday? Maybe that might spur them on this evening. Who knows? It is Tassie and New Zealand, 6th and 7th. How important could this game be in the context of the postseason fight? Scramble after the jump ball. We'll go with New Zealand to start us off. These teams do play once more this season, so 4 games between the two of them this season.
Hard to sweep a team in a regular season. Doesn't matter of where you sit on the standings. Beat a team 3 or 4 times, depending on how many times you play them.
But the fact that New Zealand have beaten these guys twice, you go into the stadium with a little bit of confidence. Knowing you've gotten it done, we just got to do the same things we've been doing, play a little bit harder.
Both wins already this season, both in New Zealand. The game to come still in
nice.
Tassie as Lopez gets things going with a tremendous finish inside. He will go straight to the free throw line.
I'm not sure if the play was drawn up for an ISO Kareem Lopez or he saw the mismatch and decided to go at it. But what I love here is the patience. He was kind of testing out Magnay, and then when he got a little step by him, the length, the size, that's a really good start.
And that's a double whammy. You get him going, you get a foul on Magnay. That's what you need right there.
Scott Roth spoke after their last game about the fact that Will Magnay had been disappointed with how he played against Perth on Sunday, done a better job with his foul discipline and staying out there earlier in the week against Melbourne. And that's not a great start for him, but a terrific start for Kareem Lopez, who's been a little bit down on form of recent times. Campbell inside the lane. He can't hit the floater. And Rob Baker gets on the rebounds. They'll need the big man active on the rebounds. Bannon and Magnay had 22 between them against Melbourne earlier in the week as Jackson Cartwright gets to his spot.
He'll live in that mid-range. He will live in that mid-range if you give him the opportunity to do that. This is a great start from the Breakers.
Now Bannon gets a look, guarded by Lopez. Hamilton's found some really good scoring touch of late. Lopez met him at the rim and there was no call on the play. Jackson Cartwright. Oh! And Magnay claims another victim.
And he let him know about it.
Sam Menenga's list of victims grows once more.
Well, he's already got him on the list. So he's just doubled down.
Man.
He's making a name for himself as a big game dunker. Is Sam Menenga.
Oh, let's get another look at this. The Amy replay, what else could it be? Great way to run the lane as well. And then Sam Menenga, my goodness. And he had a few things to say to Will Magnay as well. You go back to the last game they played, Magnay blocked him at the rim in the first or second quarter, and then in the third quarter, Sam Menenga got his revenge, and he started this one hot.
Don't be surprised, though, if Magnay's not thinking about trying to get him back. Forget about the game. When you get dunked on that hard, Joe, let me tell you something. You forget about the game. You try to get that person back.
Hey, yeah, boy!
Lopez finishes inside. I feel like you'd know more about doing the dunking than being the dunkee, Coach.
Absolutely, but let me tell you, brother, there's nothing pretty about getting dunked on.
Breakers 9-0 start in Tasmania.
Almost another turnover there. Marshall ends up with it and cans a triple to open his 100th outing.
It's a great skip pass there, feet set from Nick Marshall. Good little settler there. Saves Scott Roth having to use a timeout.
What a burst this has been from the Breakers to open the game. Lost their past 3 coming into this one. Baker in the corner. That's wide and not at all handsome. Campbell pulls down the rebound. Bannon to Marshall. Fouled by Brockington. Nick Marshall to go to the free throw line.
That's all from Rob Baker. Feet set in the corner.
And he's had games where he's knocked down those shots. So
he's a shooter.
You expect that to go in.
42% on the season, just under for Rob Baker. He's 0 of 3 last time out, but he's been Pretty consistent, knocking down that three ball. 37 of 89 coming into tonight.
Couldn't have asked for a better start from New Zealand. We keep harping on about it, but that last round was just so disappointing. Not just for who they were playing, but everything they had to play for. And now, again, it's tough for them, right? They had Christmas Day in Tasmania, practice on Christmas Day, and then face up here on Boxing Day.
Nick Marshall with the second at the line, knocks that down. Joe Healy, you caught up with Pedery Cobbin in Pregame. That's not going to do his blood pressure any favours, but he said he was expecting a response from his team tonight.
I can't hear him very well, but sure.
He must be pretty happy with that. We'll check in with Joe really shortly. So the turnover for the Breakers.
Give it straight back.
And then Tassie just, here you go, there's a little present. Gift exchange early in this one. Jackson Cartwright goes across the lane. Baker from outside, can't hit. Brockington pulls it down. Good activity on the offensive end. Jackson Cartwright, he had the whole island to himself. Lopez kept it alive. Marshall stepping through. That one's taken off the rim, so that'll count. That lead goes back to 2 now. New Zealand out 9-7. Joe, you spoke to Pedery Cobbin in Pregame. He said he was expecting a response from his team. He was pretty strong in how he laid it on them after the last game and also earlier tonight.
Yeah, absolutely right, Joel. They were really disappointed with their road trip, in particular those last couple of games. Petrie said it before the game. I also spoke to Isaiah Brockington. He just said they cannot allow the JackJumpers to start to feel good about themselves early. As I said, they gave up 56 points against the Bullets in the first half. They'll be very happy with the way they've started here, but they're going to want to keep this going now.
Yeah, they'll be feeling pretty good about themselves at the moment, Joe. Thank you. Lakers up by 5.
Big three from Baker after missing 2, almost shooting 2 air balls. That's confidence to go back to him. And Lopez,
he's been active.
He's been active. He's very active, and that's what you need.
There we go. This matchup we highlighted in the pregame.
And Inga wants a little more. This time he spins his way on Magnay and finishes.
Just the confidence that he's playing with. He's not afraid to put the ball on the floor. 2 guys who love to live in the weight room as well, just going at it on the low block.
Cannon turns the corner. Baker with a bit of defensive pressure. There's been some bodies flying around the place and not many whistles in the start of this game.
And it shows how hungry both teams are. This is a good game so far.
That's how we like it though, JP. Unless it's something that crosses the line, we want to see everybody play. If both teams are going to be matching the physical intensity, let it go.
Tassie put a real premium on that physical intensity against Melbourne.
From the opening tip as well. It wasn't a switch they flicked. They're going straight back. Just look at the crossover.
Magnay tried to pull the chair out from under him. Marshall back the other way. He's been busy early, and that's just another horrible turnover.
Think about this one, Joel. He didn't try and pull the chair. He tried to take the charge. And he is very good at reading those. We've seen that a lot when a guy tries to face up an opposition big or back down. He'll try and get square and take it.
What warning on Will Magnay. Menenga goes all the way through again, and Sam Menenga's off to a hot start.
And he's smart because you can go at Magnay because he has that first foul. Magnay can afford to get the second one. And how good is Marshall being? All 9 points.
Playing a lone hand at the moment is Nick Marshall. He's 3 of 3 from the field, 1 of 1 at the line, or at the three-point line, 2 of 2 at the stripe. He's going to try and add another.
Scott Roth also has the trust in those guys to say, you know what, I don't need to call a timeout yet. It's 9-0, and he trusted them to get back in it, and now they've gone on another little run here. Nick Marshall is doing all the heavy lifting.
You know, it's funny how a player could play in one team and not do much, but a coach gives them an opportunity, and they come out and shine.
The situation is so important. Not just the coach, but the teammate around you. Where do you fit in? What does that team need from you? You found a home.
79 of his 100 games in Adelaide 36's colours.
Sam Menenga is a problem right now. That's going to be on Josh Bannon. And they have no answer for the big fella down low.
So coming into this one, Pete, we know that New Zealand had won both against Tassie earlier this season. What elements of that matchup do you think worry the JackJumpers?
Well, again, being in New Zealand, them travelling as Rob Baker knocks one down, that's been a part of it. But they just match up well. Both have small point guards. You see Campbell and PJC. Similar big strength in terms of Menenga and Will Magna. Obviously played very different.
David Johnson getting set to check into the game. Bannon with his back to the basket is fouled by Menenga. It's just one of those things that teams, for whatever reason, whether in personnel or style of play.
Well, that's what our friend Damon Larry says, styles make fights, but you think about those matchups throughout the league, right? What matchup isn't good for someone else? We've seen the Adelaide 36ers, arguably the best team in the competition, except when they come up against the Sydney Kings. It doesn't go well against them. We'll see what they can do against the Perth Wildcats, where Perth should be 2-0. Perth had that horrific fourth quarter, and Adelaide just stormed over the top, built all that confidence. So how's that style? And here, Tasmania just don't like matching up against the Breakers.
Yeah, matchup. Some teams just match up better. End of the day. But let me tell you, Tasmania need to find a way to fix this problem. And the problem is called Magna, because he's been on, Menenga, he's been on fire.
6 points, 3 or 4 for Sam Menenga in the early going. Jackson Cartwright's got 2 points, 3 assists. Breakers out by 7. Lopez banks bodies with Johnson on the perimeter. Tosses it inside to Magnay. That'll stay with New Zealand. Last touch by Tassie hands.
They're clearly making Menenga a focal point because they have that advantage right now, and I like that. Keep milking it.
Lopez, Menenga, Jackson, Cartwright, Brockington, Baker out there for New Zealand. Johnson, Marshall, Campbell, Magnay, Bannon for Tassie. It doesn't come up with the desired result from the big man.
Fair to say they got some doors open on that end of the floor. It's a third air ball from this team.
The Tassie crowd already don't like Menenga. That's going to...
Why is that, Pete?
Yeah, because an incredible highlight play that will be all over socials already.
That's got to be dunking around. I don't think anybody else in this league can like that.
Marshall can't hit. I think Zion Stevens got something to say about that, coach. He's probably already on Twitter. As Johnson...
Yeah, that's bold. That's bold from you with game... What is it? Game 3 of the round.
Look, man.
Still got Silent
Games
Peter.
every night.
Still got Jalen Galloway to play.
Listen, there's a difference in dunking and dunking on somebody with that size.
Marshall's creating havoc out there at the moment for the JackJumpers. He's got 10 of their 12. Campbell straight away triple, got it.
Breakdown, miscommunication. New Zealand just let Tiger Campbell not only step into a 3, but bring up the ball full court, unbothered. Makes them pay.
8 of the last 11 points in the game here for Tassie. They try and claw their way back in. Lopez has got the mismatch on Campbell. Puts his shoulder into him, just heaves one up at the rim.
Barely had any whistles so far.
Well, they need to revisit that matchup again, because...
Have a look at this, Tiger Campbell. If you're Isaiah Brockington and you see no one there and you're the closest man to it, you're going to go pick that up. Will Magnay is going to take a seat. Tough stint to start. So is Sam Menenga and Karim Lopez. They take out both guys who have been ultra aggressive. And in comes Madrid Gang. And again, he was very quiet by his standards against Melbourne United. Only had the 1 field goal attempt. I expect to see him get ultra aggressive in this one.
Bulk changes for New Zealand. Webster, Tarangi, Davison, and Rob Lowe coming into the game. Campbell picks up the dribble. Just created some space, but couldn't finish. And there's some very nervous spectators seeing Rob Lowe lumber over toward them, and luckily he got the brakes on the big man.
And Rob Lowe's another weapon that New Zealand haven't used as much, because he certainly can stretch the floor, knock down threes.
Unavailable for recent times, playing about 12.5 minutes a game is the big fella.
Ben Air and Ty Webster. Which one gets told by the referees first? Just to calm down.
Both.
Johnson going to go athletically to the rim. Speaking of athletic, Cullen Davison, we know, can throw him down. Ty Webster setting things up. Brought in to replace Isaiah Leafa. Nice touch pass from Davison to get it to Lowe, spinning underneath and foul.
Great pass.
1-5. Hit. 2. Final fellas.
Look really sharp out of the gates here at the New Zealand Breakers.
Nice touch pass from Davison. Doesn't even come down. Mind you, he can sit up in the air a bit longer than the average athlete.
Indeed he can. Hoops Fest is coming. It's Australia's biggest basketball culture and lifestyle festival. The ultimate fusion of sport, culture, music and entertainment. It's taking over Western Australia from the 15th to the 18th of January. You can, of course, head it up via the QR code on screen. Hoopsfest.com.au exclusive broadcast offer. 20% off tickets just around the corner. What a week of basketball that is going to be. 2 minutes remaining in this opening term. Bannon working his way inside. Little lefty hook shot won't go. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley, Leonard Copeland and Joe Healy with you. Boxing Day hoops here in the Hungry Jacks NBL. Brockington makes his move baseline and tosses it away.
Better defense. Looks like they got beat off the dribble, but recovered well, and everybody was rotating. Josh Bannon tries to do what he did last time, and Rob Lowe is just being disciplined enough to stay down.
Still, the referees haven't been using the whistles a lot at the start of this game. It's been a bruising encounter thus far. Tarangi getting past. The ex-Jackie takes it straight inside.
Tell you what, there is a lot of contact being let go here. Just the 6 fouls so far.
And that's where a lot of players struggle, because once you get that first foul, you think, well, why did you call the last 3 or 4?
Under a minute to go in this opening term. Cross-court pass. Hamilton to Deng. Hamilton picks up the foul near mid-court.
Well, again, I like seeing this. I think it's been a great first quarter. I think a lot of people get upset, a lot of teams get upset because you've got this, and then the next time you go out there, everything's called. So it's just about getting that level consistently.
Let's go up here.
But this is great. We've seen this a lot of times this season. Just two teams who are happy to throw it around physically. So unless you cross the line, and unless it really takes away from the play, we're going to let you play.
And nobody's complaining, then let it go.
Webster nets the jump shot. It's a 10-point New Zealand lead. Closing in on quarter time here at My State Bank Arena. Biggest lead the Breakers have had in the game. Hamilton guarded by Bairstow. Pulling up and connecting.
So smooth. This is first bucket of the night, Bryce Hamilton.
Time ticking away in this opening term. Ty Webster making some moves. Tosses it out wide. Tarangi. No good. And it's a great start for the New Zealand Breakers. Peteri Koppinen demanded a response. He's got it through the opening term. The Breakers on the road lead by 7 at quarter time.
JackJumpers.com.au, our match day partner, your local innovative leasing provider with national power, fast, easy, and packed with savings. Y'all ready for this?
Alrighty, and we have come here tonight to do what we do best, as loud as you can. Let's make some.
Welcome back to the Hungry Jacks NBL. Petri Koppinen asked for a response from the Breakers and he's got it so far. They lead the JackJumpers by 7 points at quarter time. Tassie have been up and down on their home court. Gents, what have they got here to work their way back into it?
Well, Tassie a little bit of trouble. I mean, Nick Marshall has 10 of these 18 points. They got to find some points from somebody, but they got to get some stops as well. Meninga's been solid. He's scoring at will. They won it.
This man's going to help.
Nice start.
Bryce Hamilton, good to see him. Hit a 3-ball at the end of that first quarter and then start the second the right way.
It's 7 this year at home, the JackJumpers. Rob Lowe goes crashing and bashing into Archie Woodhill.
Archie Woodhill, we saw him for about 2.5 minutes against Melbourne United. Had no ball put back, and that was it. Comes in to make the right plays.
Hamilton, Dean, Johnson, Air, and Archie Woodhill out there to start this second term.
Oh, that might be off Majok Deng's knee. Well, Ty Webster's not happy, but not happy enough to beg Coach Kopp for a review.
I would. That one went off his leg, I think.
Inbound pass, and Air's able to put the finishing touches on that. Back to a 2-point game. Tassie putting together a nice little run here.
Wow.
Davison outside. Bairstow uncorks one. Won't fall. Woodhill's running the floor. Pull it back out. Hamilton into another 3. Left that one short. Bairstow, Tarangi, Lowe, Davison, Webster, the 5 for New Zealand to start this second turn, led by as many as 10 in the opening frame did the Breakers, having lost their previous 3 games coming to this one. They've beaten Tassie already twice this year. They'll keep possession again on this one. Davison to Tarangi. Misses.
Another offensive rebound.
And almost one more as well. Bryce Hamilton stepped on the sideline.
That can't happen. Got the advantage. He was sitting there for long enough. Got to know where your feet are. Be ready to catch and shoot, or everyone can put heat on the rim in the fast break.
Woodhill checks out of the game, so too does Rob Lowe. Sam Meninga back out there, who started brilliantly. Posterised Will Magnay in the opening minutes. Tarangi can't break it down, steps inside on Deng and finishes smoothly with the left hand.
That's a nice, strong drive.
One thing you learn about Ruben Tarangi's game is if he's not ready to catch and shoot with the 3, he likes to throw down. So he's going to catch left to right, quick throw down, put the ball on the floor.
Oh, wow. A pushing foul. Probably goes against the grain and what we've seen on the course of the evening.
That's why players get a little bit confused.
Push him in the back, that's why he stopped.
That's why he stopped.
Tom Lynch. Richmond star, Richmond Tiger.
He's around the corner from me. I see him on morning coffee walk all the time with his dog.
Does he speak?
Well, yeah.
I wouldn't.
What, just to Pete or generally?
I wouldn't speak to Pete.
Every day, calls me every morning.
Who, Tom or Coach? As Jackson Cartwright hits the midi. 29-23, Breakers on top early going in this second term. NBL champions Pete Hawley, Leonard Copeland with you this evening. Joe Healy's courtside.
There it is, there's the flop warning.
Air from deep. Cartwright can't corral the rebound. Cullen Davison coming downhill. Athletic finish.
That's tough.
Just so athletic. And what I like about Davison is that he started to slow the game down a little bit. Rather than just going 110 miles an hour, just slows down, long, slow steps, and then just uses that straight vertical when he has to.
How much better has he gotten, though, over just this year? A little bit of playing time, a little bit of confidence, and he looks like a much different player.
So New Zealand up by 8 early in this second term at the Tangerine timeout. They needed to come in and find something tonight. The Breakers, they have. Let's hear from Isaiah Brockington, who spoke with Joe Healy pre-game.
Interesting matchup with your bigs tonight in this one as well. Sam, Rob, just the ability to pick and pop and knock down that three. How important are they to this team?
Oh, they're huge. I feel like their versatility really helps us as guards. Me and Parker can, like, get to the paint. So their ability to stretch the floor really keeps defenders honest, keeps 5 men guessing, and keeps them moving around, you know, out of the paint. So, yeah, they're huge for us. So we definitely want to make sure we hit them, get them going, and just, you know, establish that threat early.
Isaiah Brockington had done that very, very well, especially with Meninga early in this one. They were able to capitalise on that matchup that they liked in the early going, the Breakers. He's got 6 points. He had most of those in the first couple of minutes, and having a profound impact on the contest. It's been a great start for the Breakers, who come in 7-13, losers of their past 3. A loss tonight would have them 3 games back behind Tassie in 7. A win brings them that much closer. Here's the old 2-game swing. The result of tonight's matchup. Magnay working on Meninga here. Fading away, didn't have the touch.
That's something we also saw in that open air game against United was Will Magnay. They made him more focused down low. And even in the times he didn't get it, he would seal hard enough that would draw a foul on Jesse Edwards. And the foul started to pile up from United.
Bannon were really active on the offensive glass as well. 4 offensive rebounds for Magnay against Melbourne as Ben Ayre snakes his way inside.
Oh, wow.
Forces the turnover. Jackson Cartwright gets it right back.
Well, that was incredible.
Like a couple of kids fighting over a present at Christmas. That's mine.
You do not see PJC strip in the open court much at all. It's Nick Marshall straight down the lane. Normally it's the other way around. He goes straight back.
Good start for Nick Marshall as well. Up to 12 points. Game 100 for the Mount Gambier product. Lopez in the corner. 5 on the shot clock here for PJC. Breaking down there, stepping back, left it short.
After a foul there, PJC straight away after it left his hands. Uh-oh.
Ayre from the corner.
Might have both done the exact same thing with a little slap down. Ben Ayre and PJC.
Lopez thought about it, stepping back, guarded by Marshall, now creates the space. That one's offline, and Marshall's out and running again. This time he didn't have the whole Brooker Highway to himself.
Marshall's the best player on the Tasmanian team right now.
That's on his feet set every time, Nick Marshall.
I reckon he's gone for the Christmas footwear.
That's caught on Will Magnay.
Down underneath.
Oh, there you go.
Black 9, defensive foul.
That's great communication there. Because Chris Reed called it on Will Magnay, and they came together and said, I saw Rob Baker. That right arm, right there, was the right arm before it was Magnay. And to be honest, Baker's had some trouble with just that. The little wrap around, the mini hug, so to say, gets called for that an awful lot.
So he's big, but he's not an inside guy. He's more of an outside guy than anything.
He got absolutely lost there. Tyler Campbell couldn't take advantage. College ball at Harvard did Rob Baker. Post-up opportunity here. Can't hang with Magnay. Marshall with another rebound. He's been everywhere in the early going. 4 rebounds, 12 points for Nick Marshall. To lead the line for Tassie, he's the only player in double figures in the game. No one else has more than 6. Pregame is again the offensive hub for Tassie. Whips it out to Bannon. Strong on the 3-ball. Another rebound, Marshall. 4 minutes remaining second term. 4 is the lead of the Breakers. Campbell over the top of Baker. Got it. Big hit from Tiger Campbell. Forces the timeout from Pennery Competent. A little 7-0 run for Tassie as we take a look on the Amy replay.
Yeah, Tiger Campbell. Love to see him hunting his shot more. Just does a little bit of a jab step to see if Rob Baker will bite. He did. Just enough. Just there to drop his hands, and Tiger Campbell steps into his second 3.
20 points for Tiger Campbell last time out. Highly efficient 20 points as well. 8 of 11 against Melbourne, 26 and 3. He was really impressive in that game. It's the Hungry Jacks NBL 12 Days of Christmas, December 15th to tonight. We're giving you the chance to win big with heaps of prizes to be unlocked. So it's your last chance to get involved. Enter now by the QR code or at nbl.com.au/Christmas. Copes, what was under your tree this year? What did you get?
I got cologne. I got my kids' underwear. I got shirts. I got golf balls, obviously.
Yep.
So all the.
I've never seen you lose one, to be fair. You don't need any golf balls.
No.
Pro V1?
No, Mizuno, bro. They look after me anyway, Mizuno.
I've seen him get lost where a golf ball might get lost, but I haven't seen a golf ball of his.
You just a funny man, aren't you, Jones?
What about you, Pauls?
I've got a watch that I'm wearing now to celebrate Christmas and 5-year wedding anniversary for my lovely wife.
Congratulations.
Thank you, but it's the last Christmas for that. It's all about the girls going forward, my 2 little ones. What about you, Joe?
Not a great deal. It's sort of Christmas birthday, very close together scenario. I got an apron, Pete. That was about as exciting as I was able to come up with this year. Just an immensely boring. I'm a gift cards kind of an operator. Just gift card will do me. Menenga spinning inside. He is having his way with this Tassie defence tonight. New Zealand out by 3. Let's hear from Joe on what Tassie had to say at that last huddle.
Well, consistency has been a focus for the JackJumpers over the last month or so, guys. Scott Ross said after that United win, they need to hit the repeat button and put together back-to-back performances. Right now, he's pleased with the way that they're starting to contain the ball a little bit better in this quarter. Offensively, though, he said, stay aggressive. We need to put pressure on the rim, but also keep it simple.
Thanks, Joe. Don't think you've got off lightly without giving us your Christmas gift either. We'll be coming back to you at some point this evening as Parker Jackson Cartwright.
That last play, sorry, Joe, that last play, Magnay got it in the paint and went up and scored. He needs to do that more because if he doesn't, Menenga's going to take control of this game. You got to go at your scores as well. Give him an opportunity to get in foul trouble as well.
Jackson Cartwright to inbound. He's out there with Menenga, Tarangi, Brockington and Lopez. Menenga had a hit of steam up there, ready to crash the glass. Tassie back the other way. Hamilton walks the tightrope to keep the ball alive. He's out there with Marshall, Campbell, Magnay and Bannon.
They're really going out with Magnay in the post.
He's getting this second side action, and Jackson Cartwright with the straight rib tosses it to Lopez, who lashes it down.
That's the Lopez we've been missing. A couple of dunks. He's been aggressive all game, though. He's on the floor, he's rebounding the ball, he's playing good defense, he's blocking shots.
Couple of steals for PJC on the evening as well. 4 assists as Bannon was just too strong for Tarangi, overwhelmed him underneath.
And that's a technical foul there.
Why?
That's the second flop warning.
Why? But what does it have to be a flop? If a body hits your body, you're allowed to fall back.
Well, we'll see a replay of it, but that's what it was. They've already had a flop warning.
I don't understand this.
Warning here.
So that's what Chris Reed's explaining to Ruben Tarangi, is saying it was Sean Bairstow, I think, got the first. Sean Bairstow got the first flop warning.
You were fine, Ruben.
So what we're saying is,
your arms don't come up like that.
So what we're saying is, a body can't hit yours and you can't be off
Well, I
balance.
think Chris Reed's saying there that you accentuated the contact. That's what he's saying to Ruben Tarangi. We'll get another look at it when we
Come on,
change.
man. Not every fall is a flop.
Chris Reed, Ruben Woolcock, Josh Duran, our refereeing crew this evening. Another go at inbounding the ball here. Marshall to inbound for Tassie. He's got a game-high 12. Sam Menenga leads New Zealand with 8. Marshall looking for another. Menenga can't keep the rebound. There's a foul on the play. Is that going against Magna?
I think they think it's Tasmania ball.
Yeah.
So the second whistle for the foul, and they have turned that call over. So we'll stay with Tasmania, and Scott Roth wants to have a chat to his team here. Late in this second term, 2:07 remaining. Tassie have pared what was a 10-point New Zealand first quarter lead back to only 2, 35-33.
Here it is, Copes. So this is what was called the technical flop for Ruben Tarangi. They got you out of your chair.
So you're telling me
I'm with you.
a big 6'10" guy puts his shoulder into you and you're not allowed to fall back? Is that what you're saying?
He's saying that second part was a little bit of mayo, but I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot worse. If that's a flop, we've seen a lot worse.
And Bannon is a big dude coming at you.
That's a bit tough there, I think, for Ruben Tarangi.
Tangerine timeout. Breakers 35, Tassie 33. Of course, the Breakers trained yesterday in New Zealand and then flew over to Tassie today. Tassie would have got a little bit more than they bargained for Christmas this year. Did you see the images of Mount Wellington yesterday with the snow? So the first time it snowed in Hobart for 20 years. Tiger Campbell in his press conference last time out was saying, you know, I live near the beach, so I'm looking forward to heading down to the beach and enjoying some sun. It's going to be weird not to have snow at Christmas. Well, Tiger, I hope that you liked what Tassie weather delivered for you.
Great.
A little bit different for him. So they did get a little bit of a white Christmas down in Hobart, which is terrific. Tassie 33, New Zealand 35. Let's check in. Joe, what did you hear at that huddle?
Yeah, plenty happening down here courtside. Scott Roth just talking his players through the last couple of minutes, running them through some sets here. They want to keep this momentum going, obviously just down by 2 points at the moment. They want to protect home court, and he's really looking for them to see out this quarter.
Joe, what did you get for Christmas?
I bought myself a bottle of wine and had a wonderful time working on the Kings-Hawks game last night. So it was a fantastic Christmas, I must say.
An evening with Matty, Brad and Derek at the basketball. What could be better than that? It's probably not what Scott Roth drew up in that last time out. What Tassie delivered out of that. Maybe not what Petteri Koppinen wanted either.
And that's not the first, second or third time they've just thrown it away. Nick Marshall tries to keep hot in the first half. He can't. Will Magnay started to get involved here.
Bannon getting involved, and Jackson Cartwright with another strip. Whips it ahead to Lopez. Brockington, and Magnay says, no, sir. Campbell at the other end. Tassie has not led in the ball game.
Oh, travel. Well, this was an interesting 45 seconds. The block from Will Magnay, one of the best in the league at that. I think Grim Lopez just fell asleep a little bit there.
Was a lapse in concentration, which is what Petteri Koppinen was left to lament after the loss to Brisbane, saying that the focus and the concentration from his team just wasn't there. Marshall underneath, 2 more for Nick Marshall, who has got 14 in the game with 1 to come. He had a career-high 18 earlier this season. He is approaching pretty lofty heights here.
Tell you what, without Nick Marshall, they're not in this game because he's been on fire from the word go. What do you have, the first 10 points of the game?
For Tassie, absolutely did. He's been really, really solid. And he's missed the last 2 wide-open threes he's had.
He's marshalled the troops, and he's got them all marching in the right direction. Tassie with their first lead of the game with a minute to go here in this second term. A little belated Christmas present for you there, Bulls.
Roll my eyes sometimes, JP.
Most of the time. Brockington looking for Baker down low. Lopez is on that wing with a bit of space. That's where the ball heads. Another one misses from Karim Lopez. He's 0 of 2 from outside tonight. Had great shooting form, 4 of 18 in his past 3 games. You know what he has been capable of, such an exciting prospect World basketball, not just the NBL. Marshall putting his head down, tried to find Bannon, and that's another one that's gone begging on the offensive end for Tassie. 7 turnovers in this opening half.
Yeah, timeout here. Just to make sure that the Breakers can finish the half on a high note. They started the game on fire, 9-0 start. Tasmania, really, Nick Marshall has been the one, but also Will Magnay this second quarter. I know he's only got the 2 points, but he's got 4 rebounds. That block has started to make himself more of an opposing figure.
Only 10 points for the Breakers here in this second quarter so far. So things have really slowed down for them on the offensive end, that is for sure. Tangerine timeout, Tassie 36, New Zealand 35. Half a minute to go in this half. Let's hear from Bryce Hamilton pre-game.
Bryce, Merry Christmas for yesterday. I was going to say, what's it like having a hot summer Christmas, but I'm told it was freezing here in Hobart. How did you spend it?
I just spent it with a couple teammates. Yeah, I was definitely hoping that the weather would have been sunny to, experience that, but it was raining, but still had a great day just to be with some teammates and, be around good love and family.
Feels like the Breakers are a bit of a bogey team for you guys. You've lost to them twice this season. How do you go about, from a defensive point of view, stopping the likes of Parker and Isaiah out there?
They're very good players. They're very hard to stop. And, they had our number the first 2 times. So, we're just going to have a different approach for this game and, come out aggressive and just play the JackJumper way.
He's settling into things nicely. Here's Bryce Hamilton in Tassie this season. Found his scoring touch of recent times. Looms as someone who could be a potential match winner. They do lock up that 6th seed, if not higher. 6th and 7th on the table this evening. Tassie holding the upper hand in that ladder battle. We close in on half-time in this one. It's Tassie also holding the upper hand in the game. New Zealand have led by as many as 10 in this ball game. Rockington goes it alone up top. Spins to the free throw line. Can't hit. Jackson Cartwright on the putback. No good. And it will be tipped home. Baker and Menenga were both there with hands on the boards.
Sam Menenga, I think.
Sam Menenga does close the half with another 2 and gives New Zealand back the lead at 37-36 in what's been a really physical but entertaining first half of basketball.
It's been a whole lot of fun. Both teams look like they had moments they were going to try and create a bit of separation, and then the other team continued to fight back, and that's what you expect. So much on the line in this one when you think about where the ladder could be at come season's end.
There's a lot to like about what New Zealand have done in this first half off the back of a couple of disappointing performances. Sam Menenga's been a big part of it. He's with Joe.
He certainly has. Sam, a great start for you guys. It dried up offensively in the second quarter, though. Talk me through that half.
Yeah, it was a good start. We got off and running, we got moving, but I think we just got stagnant. We let them make it messy, and we went away from what we do best.
What about the dunk? What goes through your mind when you go up for something like that? But at the same time, what kind of confidence does it give you for the rest of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of confidence, right? Like, when you see the ball go through the hoop, but, just go up strong, hope for the best.
All right, good luck for the rest of it.
Thanks, Joe.
Well, there's a lot riding on this one. Double points up for grabs in terms of the ladder positioning. It's the Breakers with the edge over the JackJumpers so far. Stay with us, the guys. We'll break it down in just a moment.
Special performance and so much more.
Righto, Tasmania, it is time now for the Spirit of Tasmania sprint race. Ship race, of course, we're ready to go. We've got a couple of ships here up in UL1, and we've got 2 contestants all the way around the other side of UL17. And we need your help, Tasmania, to get both ships all the way around to the other side. It is absolute chaos, and we absolutely love it. Are we ready to go? Let's count these 2 in. We've got Madden and Xander. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's get those ships all the way around to the other side. We don't care how you do it.
Half-time in Hobart, an entertaining game, a close game, just as we thought it would be between these two teams who are only separated by one spot on the ladder. They are only separated by 1 point at half-time. We've seen a couple of big throwdowns in this game. Karim Lopez and Sam Menenga delivering the goods. Scott Roth's had a bit to think about, and it is finally poised at half-time. Pete Hooley and Leonard Copeland with their thoughts on our match stats. What's your assessment, gents?
Well, I mean, look at the New Zealand Breakers. They've got 37 points on the board, but 5 assists. That's very uncharacteristic from them. Obviously, PJC could have 5 1/4 on his own. But outside of that, it's been pretty even. Threes have only hit 2 of their 14 attempts, and both teams keeping the turnovers down. But this is a dogfight right now.
Absolutely. It's one of these fights where both teams want this game, and that's what we wanted. We want a tough fight. But New Zealand, I think, came out hard and showed that they can compete with anybody if they play the way they play.
Yeah, and they needed a response. Petteri Koppinen demanded it from them. He's got it to half-time at least in this one. For Tassie, it's been a bit of a lone hand from Nick Marshall playing game number 100 this evening. He's been absolutely fantastic for the JackJumpers. He's the lone player that had the double figures in this game for a long time, and he came out from the minute go, Pete.
I mean, thank goodness. As Coach alluded to in the second quarter, Tassie would be in an even bigger hole if it wasn't for Nick Marshall, and it's not just the points. Yes, they needed someone to score, but he's finding a way to get on the glass as well, being super effective defensively. So Nick Marshall, what an outstanding first half as we look at those Hungry Jacks highlights, and there's plenty of them because he's been the one. And I think New Zealand, on the other hand, will be thinking if we get beat by a Nick Marshall legacy game, we'll take that rather than Bryce Hamilton or Josh Bannon really getting after us. So right now they've got to figure out something because they can't stop him.
But we spoke about opportunities, and that's what he's got. He's got an opportunity to play. Last year he was in Adelaide, didn't get a lot of time. Come in here, Roth's giving him the time and the confidence, and he's leading his team. 5 for 8, that's not enough shots, young fella. Get it up, you should have 30.
It's a nice-looking Blackmores player profile in game 100 for Nick Marshall. On the New Zealand side of things, Sam Menenga was always going to be the focus coming in. He's been a big part of it once more. He had the poster dunk to start things off, and that's going to just probably carry us through his little package of highlights here, Coach.
Poster dunk, indeed. That dunk right there builds confidence. And look, he came down hard, but he's so big and strong. He played like this in Cairns last week. He's just unstoppable when he gets that ball down low. He's got great footwork, can get to the basket, can shoot the three, but he put the pressure on Magne. Magne got that early first foul, and he went at it.
And they probably went away from him a little bit in the second quarter. I mean, we know he finished with the tip-in, but as Coach alluded to as well, he's unstoppable when he puts his head down. So unless Will Magne gets a couple of little wins in their contest, in the individual contest, don't go away from it. Keep going back to the well until it dries up.
Yeah, it's been profitable for them so far in this one. Hey, big weekend of basketball coming up. Of course, Boxing Day hoops tonight, tomorrow, Brisbane and Melbourne, and then Sunday we get that rematch of what's been such a tasty game so far this season. Adelaide and Perth at the AEC. This is going to be all kinds of fun.
Chapter 3, and we haven't seen that real revenge game from Bryce yet. Is this it?
I don't know, but Doolittle's found his feet again, so maybe Doolittle goes in there and puts on a show.
It's the trilogy in this series. So Christian Doolittle, who Scott Roth thinks is the best player in the competition. Bryce Cotton, who everyone except Scott Roth thinks is the best player in the competition. So that's going to be a fun matchup in and of itself.
Oh, I can't wait, but it's true. Christian Doolittle is the key for the success for the Perth Wildcats, but yeah, that could be a 40-point game for Bryce Cotton because we've had the different drama in the first 2 meetings. Perth should probably be up 2-0. Adelaide fought back incredibly well over at RAC Arena, but we haven't seen that 40-piece where Bryce walks off with the biggest smile on his face, so it could be on Sunday.
Yep, and it's going to be a big crowd in there. It always is at the AAC, so that's going to be all kinds of fun on Sunday afternoon. This second half's going to be mighty tasty as well. 1 point in it as we get toward that. The New Zealand Breakers trying to claw back toward that playoff fight. Can they finish this one out? Stick around to find out. It's been a physical, intense Friday night fight in Hobart to halftime. It's the Breakers 37, Tassie 36. You can see both on the scoreboard and the ladder what this one means. Tassie win, they go a couple of games clear inside that top six, which is all important for them. The live ladder has New Zealand only a game in arrears, so it is that critical 2-game swing. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley and Lennart Copeland with you. Karim Lopez, he's come out really aggressive tonight, Copes. It's been a nice little bounce-back performance from him.
He has, and we spoke about him earlier. He needed to do this. I mean, although he's not scoring, he's dialing up the balls. You know, he's getting to the basket. First play of the game, spin on Magnate, draws a foul and one to build his confidence. You know, making the right pass. You know, he's got that body size. The big dunk, you know, he's got that body size where he can get himself going and help his team.
It was a really strong start. Just the one rebound, which is not like him. He likes to get on the glass a little bit more, so I'm expecting him to be aggressive in that department here in the third quarter. This game is delicately poised. That live ladder, I tell you what, Joel, to think about where New Zealand could be if they didn't lay the egg in Queensland last round against Brisbane and Cairns. If they won one of those or both of those, you talk about a double points game against Tasmania as they both fight out for that 6th spot right now. You hate to think about it in the past if you're a Breakers fan, but that was an opportunity missed.
Yeah, and Petteri Coppinen put it in those exact words during the week that they absolutely missed an opportunity in that one. I think he said to Joe, you know, when she asked him that question pretty directly pre-game, he said, yeah, 100% we missed a chance there. So now it's about making amends in any way that they can from this point forth for the New Zealand Breakers. Tassie have got Illawarra up next on their schedule. Tassie trail by 1 coming into this second half as we get underway. Let's check in courtside with Joe Healy.
Yeah, guys, the Breakers are really looking to increase the physicality here, be aggressive at both ends of the floor. Pete, you said it, they really want to go back to Sam Menenga, go through him and Parker, allow them to really get after it and have another strong start here.
Makes sense, why not, until they find out a way to stop him. But I tell you what, for both teams, guys who have to step up. Isaiah Brockington, 0 points, 0 of 4 in the first half. And you look at the other side, Josh Bannon, 0 of 4, just 2 points and 2 rebounds.
Uncharacteristic, both of them.
Yeah, they got to get themselves going now.
Such key cogs for their teams. Oh, Campbell, Magnay and Bannon crash into one another, and that's all good between those two. Nice little show of sportsmanship there. I'm interested to hear that Joe said they want to increase the physicality in the game, Coach.
But that's what you do now because you've got away with it all, both teams, to this point. So, okay, they're letting stuff go. So let's go another step, and when we find out where the line is in this game, we'll rein it back a little bit.
Let them play tonight. These teams have both come to play. Hamilton up top, guarded by Brockington. Bryce Hamilton right in his face.
And Brockington has to play better defense than that because Hamilton's thinking scoring. You got to get up and in, make him drive to the basket. He likes to shoot that 3. Take away his favorite.
Pete said Brockington scoreless so far in the game. The pass then just looked a bit lackluster to try and set things up. Lopez thought about it, puts it on the floor. Karim Lopez with a terrific move to the cup, just couldn't finish it off.
And Menenga's down, holding his ankle behind play. Slowly getting to his feet now.
Fingers crossed he can get back to his feet, which he now is as he...
And back to Brockington. That defense on Bryce Hamilton, when you're 0 of 4, 0 points, how do you get involved to have an impact on your team? Well, just a little tweak there. You saw the left ankle there from Menenga. Right there on the back of the heel of Magnay. Because they don't have the depth. They need him to be able to step up. So if you're not scoring the ball, lock in defensively. And maybe this is where Coach Kopp can go, you know what, I'll play PJC and Ty Webster together. You need a little bit more of a spark there.
Even on that possession, though, you could see him in the corner there. He wasn't exactly sprinting back on defense straight away as soon as he saw that ball was in Tassie hands. He just looks a little bit out of it tonight, as Isaiah Brockington. Can he get himself going here? It only takes a moment. He misses the 3 ball, 0 of 5 from the field, and Bannon with another rebound. 2 of 15 from outside the breakers. Necessarily a strong suit. Always the three-point shot as Campbell hits the midi and puts Tassie back on top.
That's just too easy. Mid-range pull-up with no hand in the face. If you're serious about making this top 6, you need to pick it up right now.
Menenga getting inside, just short-armed. The little push shot after he fought through all that contact, saw bodies flying at him left, right and centre. Magnay underneath, looking for Marshall. Hamilton, Campbell, they keep swinging the ball, this JackJumpers offense. Go back down low to the big fella, and Magnay gets one back on Sam.
Well, 2 games now, we've started to see those post moves from Will Magnay. I like it.
Jackson Cartwright falling away, that's a tough finish. What do you think it opens up on the offensive end for Tassie, Pete?
Well, I mean, it's using his size to an advantage. Yes, he's not going to be down there making all the incredible individual post moves we see some of the other offensive-minded bigs in the league. It gives them another weapon. It means Bryce Hamilton doesn't have to look for where his shot is every single time down the floor.
The All Champions Pete Hall in Leonard Copeland with you here on Friday Night Hoops. That one falls off the rim from Jackson Cartwright. Marshall with the rebound and the push in transition. Hamilton sees a window, spins his way in, and Lopez denies him.
Wow, the timing of that from Lopez. He set him up.
Like 12.
Thought he had it, and Lopez snatched it away. Oh, how good is that? Just the turnaround.
That's just an athlete. That's an athlete right there. Had him turned around, he still goes to lift the block. And we haven't seen a lot of David Johnson.
That's why I talk about giving them another offensive option with Magnay, because David Johnson has just checked in. He has yet to score. Josh Bannon just the 2 points as well.
Well, Nick Marshall's actually taking that spot. That 2 spot or that 3 spot. So it's hard the way he's playing. You know, for anybody else to get going, I think, in that spot. But
well, I think Drew Lopez there thought it wasn't going to be a continuation. Could have dunked that.
Next star heads to the line. 78% free throw shooter on the season. The Tassie fans doing their best to just try and get a little road trip snack. Something for the way home.
A little something. No, sir.
He's not feeling generous on this Boxing Day.
That kid was not happy.
43 apiece. 6th and 7th on the table. This one means a whole lot in terms of the standings in their post-season aspirations. Johnson tried to put it back and Lopez corrals the loose ball. Brockington hasn't found his best so far tonight.
And what I'm not pleased with New Zealand is they haven't gone inside the match. Menenga, one time, get him the ball inside, let him go to work.
Jackson Cartwright at the elbow. High arcing jump shot won't fall. Brockington pulls it down. Retreats to the corner. Baker inside, somehow got it off, and Lopez puts a lid on it.
Lopez, thank goodness for him. He's been super active. 13 points, 3 rebounds now.
Had 8, 7, and 1 point in his last 3 games, Lopez, so it is a nice little bounce-back game for him tonight, the teenager. Another rebound falls in his direction there. Lopez, Menenga, Jackson, Cartwright, Brockington and Baker, the 5 starters out there for New Zealand. Ben Eyre out there, David Johnson with Hamilton, Magnay and Bannon for Tassie. Brockington gets a window. Another one offline for Isaiah Brockington, 0 of 6 on the night.
Go inside Brockington. Get to the basket, get fouled. See that ball go in. Right now he's struggling from the outside.
I really like to live in that mid-range off the turnouts or the pin downs. Take a seat here, we get it. We get the tight webs, the PJC combination. Like
gone in this third term. And that's a combination that plays with this amount of passion and intensity. Webster and Jackson Cartwright. Johnson, again they go to Magnay. What can he create from the block? Over the top of Menenga. It's good defense from the Kiwi, and Lopez can't keep a hold of it. Cannon, he tried to challenge Lopez and couldn't find the answer.
And even though he didn't block that shot, he intimidated that shot.
Den getting set to check back into the game. Neither team shooting it particularly well tonight. The Breakers 38%, the Jackies 32% from the field. Webster falling away. That's no good. 6 of 22 from outside the Jackies. New Zealand 2 of 16 as Ben Air takes it all the way in and ties it up at 45.
Great take from Ben Air. Only knows one way to play.
The third is saying every shot New Zealand has taken has been a jump shot except that. Into the basket.
That one doesn't fall either. Really stopped in terms of offensive production since quarter time. They had 25 first quarter points. They've got 20 since then. Jackson Cartwright and Bannon get locked up.
If you think you beat PJC off the dribble, think again. Because as soon as you get past him, or if he's not your direct opponent, and you look around for where he is, he's got the ball and off. Lightning quick. He's only been credited for 2 steals so far on the box score. He's at least got 3. Potentially even 4.
Yeah. Might have stolen a steal or 2 from him on that Tassie score bench, I think. I've been particularly kind to him tonight. And Air looking for a seam. Alan Davison playing some defense on Hamilton on the perimeter. He can do nothing about that from Bryce Hamilton, who is in his bag.
Step back going right. 4 threes now, 13 points. The Tassie star.
Really got going since quarter time. Providing Nick Marshall with a helping hand. Tarangi. Webster. Time winding down. Menenga going baseline. Magnay erases it. That duel has delivered on the promise tonight between those two. They've had their moments. Jackson Cartwright again. Really get credited with that one. And Johnson at the other end takes it away.
Going back to that Will Magnay block. I know he got dunked on to start this game, but Will Magnay's one, he doesn't care about that because he's going to get back as many as he gives you.
Jackson Cartwright did get credited with the steal, by the way, Pete.
Still owing 2.
He'll get 3 back at the other end. Long 2 it's called. Hamilton. Well, it's cherry season, and he picked one there, Coach.
Yeah, that's a brain fade right there. Here's your random replay. This is the basket, and Magnay says, no, sir. Give me that.
So, Ty Webster wanted a challenge here on the and one, and Coach Kopp's asking what was the call.
New Zealand.
And we might get it.
Goes down here with the ball. Looks like it was going up.
Ty Webster's not in foul trouble, the team's not in foul trouble, and it's an and one.
Hand foul on black number 90. Coach, you have to challenge. Just wait.
But I get it. You know why? Because we've seen a lot harder fouls called.
Yeah, but when you review something like this, all you need is a slight bit.
It's got to be not a foul.
And he may be right.
Yes.
Straight away.
Ty was straight away onto it, which isn't, I mean, that's not unusual for a player. So he gets him with the right hand there.
Looks like it's all ball, but I tell you what, the problem is, Copes, we've seen how many times if something go to a replay center, as adamant as you can be, and it go against you, and all you're saving here is the 1 free throw. That's all I'm saying. The one, no one's in foul trouble, no bonus.
It's emotional, though, because you feel like on the other end, you didn't get that foul. So why give them this foul?
Not all ball.
Absolutely.
Not all ball.
Foul on black 90. We start.
Tell you what, it makes you feel good when you get it done, though.
So challenge is successful. Tassie on top in this game. Let's get to the replay centre and check in with Scott Butler. Scott, good evening. Walk us through that.
Good evening, everybody. Webster actually hits the ball on the swipe. He doesn't actually hit the arm. Because the basket goes in, we wipe the foul. Challenge will be successful and start the ball from the baseline.
Cheers, Scott. 50 to 47, so a nice little result there from Perry Competent.
Hamilton up to 15 points now, starting to find his groove, which is a worrying sign for New Zealand.
Webster coming downhill, off the glass. Nice move from Ty Webster.
That's tough. Into that basket. Put some pressure on these guys offensively. Make them play some deep.
Air to Johnson. Now to Magnay. Again, looking to facilitate. Johnson turns the corner. Bryce Hamilton, he's been feeling it. He drives inside. Might have got a hand from Webster. Then Air outside. He can't hit. Rob Lowe with the rebound. And New Zealand will get a look. Let's go courtside and check in with Joe.
Yeah, look, one of the biggest strengths of the JackJumpers is their poise and composure. They're not a team that panics. They'll ride the wave of pressure and keep building. Granted, listening to Scott Roth just a moment ago, he was a little frustrated with their effort on the glass. They're losing the rebound count, giving up a few too many second chances for the Breakers. He said, guys, let's lock in for this last 2 minutes here.
So replay center, so you're confirming
50 to 49. Thanks, Joe.
JC I reviewed was 2 points. Thank you.
They have clawed this lead back, the JackJumpers. They did not lead in the opening term. They trailed by as many as 10.
New Zealand, 2 of 16 from 3. Both those 2 coming from Rob Baker. No one else.
Rob Lowe inside, hands the Breakers back the lead.
How much better do they look when they get the ball in time?
We're going to have to. No one can buy one right now from outside.
Closing minute of this third term. Johnson rising up. Nolan Davison doesn't agree with the call from Chris Reid. Goes with his heart on his sleeve. This Carlin Davison. Exciting prospect he is, coming off a great NBL season, and he's translated that into a bigger role with this Breakers team, which is great to see. Just on the housekeeping, the worst three-point shooting team performance so far this season was Melbourne United against Sydney, who were 1 of 28 in that game. As that'll count.
Well, no, I think he wiped it away.
Will be wiped away.
Yeah, that'll be tough to beat,
Joel.
Certainly won't be beaten tonight, given they've already made 2. Tassie with 53 seconds here on the offensive end. Marshall. Majuk Deng from outside. That is money.
Good for Majuk Deng, who's been quiet.
You only need 17 in the last quarter to get your bold prediction happening, Pete. Webster can't hit.
I've done mine for the year, mate. Got one last week, that'll do me.
Yeah, and that was worth sitting out. Jack McVeigh, the big performance, that was worth just taking a back seat for the rest of the campaign.
He let me down, no? What did I say, 7 threes?
Yeah, I think he had 6.
I said that's 7, didn't I?
Deng for 2 more. That's no good. And it'll stay with Tassie. Johnson puts it back up and in. 4-point lead for the JackJumpers. It feels big in the context of the game as Bairstow gets an open look. Did he beat the buzzer with the dunk? Sean Bairstow flushes it on 3/4 time. They will review the play.
Oh, I don't know if he got it.
It is 6th versus 7th. We know how close these two teams are on the table. So every play like this matters. And Sean Bairstow misses out.
How unlucky can you be?
Tasmania lead by 4 with a quarter to play. 55-51 with 1 to come in Hobart.
seconds. Can we get this going? It's a grandstand finish coming up by State Bank Arena. And you could be the difference in each and every one of you to get behind our boys to drag them over the line. Let's make as much noise as you possibly can.
We know the Jack Jumpers are a big deal here in Tassie. Former AFL high flyer Russell Robertson and two-time premiership player Tom Lynch. And Russell just handing Tom Lynch a Jackie's jumper and hat, making sure that he feels right a part of things here in Tassie. Of course, there's an AFL team coming in a couple of years. Who knows? Tom Lynch might like the surrounds down here in Hobart. That is yet to be seen. We'll like it more if they can get a win tonight. The Jack Jumpers, they lead by 4. As we start this final term, Ty Webster lost it into Dean, gets it back. It'll be a jump ball. It gives us a chance to set up this final term and head courtside to Joe Healy.
Yeah, we're just listening to Scott Roth at three-quarter time there. He wants that defensive pressure that I mentioned earlier in the game. He's broken this quarter down. He said, guys, give me 2 solid minutes on the defensive end. I want you crashing the glass, pressuring in their faces, and let's try and maintain this lead.
It was a good start for them on that end of the floor. Breakers have won both games between the two this season. They've got another to come later in the year. They are 6th and 7th on the table. Ben Eyre gets the old hip and shoulder from Carlin Davison and goes sliding off into the stands.
Now that's a foul.
Yes.
That is a foul right there, son.
Yeah, that's a foul in most sports.
Can't challenge Jack to shooting. Let's go.
He said I was shooting.
Well, he's going to get the 2 free throws here, and Coach Kopp's saying, I want to challenge that.
What?
And they're saying you can't challenge the act of shooting, you can only challenge the foul.
What universe was he shooting?
He was more worried about falling to the ground.
Having said that, it is Ben Eyre, and he might feel as though he could shoot any time he gets the ball.
Did he even get it up?
Breakers might be able to feel a bit hard done by there.
Coach having a laugh has seen the replay, does not know how that was a shooting foul.
No way.
That's called shooting from the hip, if that's a shooting foul, like quite literally.
Shooting from the lip. That's what it's called.
Jackson Cartwright from outside, no good. Rob Lowe pulls down the rebound. Jackson Cartwright, Tarangi, Lowe, Davison and Webster to start this final term. PJC outside, tied for 3. Yes, rattles at home.
I like him. That's what he brings to the party. He can score. He can run a team. He brings personality. He keeps guys together. He's that glue.
Tassie by 3 to start this final term. 9-11 on the season. New Zealand 7-13. Bryce Hamilton has had himself a big second half. Johnson, in fact, it was that time. Johnson, who's got 2 of 8 from the field, and we really haven't seen a lot of him tonight. Webster misses the first attempt, goes straight back in there. Basket will be waved off.
Fouls on the rebound.
Fouls on the rebound.
Holding down.
We'll get the Amy replay first.
He held Rob Lowe down.
The screener action, and then the ball screen from Josh Bannon. Got the switch they wanted, and David Johnson. That will feel great.
It's 5 points tonight for David Johnson, but 8 rebounds for him. So he has managed to impact the game. Neither side has found their shooting touch this evening. Jackson Cartwright trying to go reverse. 4 of 14 from the field for PJC. He hasn't had many easy looks. Ben Eyre had it poked away by Jackson Cartwright. Hit a head pass to Tarangi, and Eyre steals it back.
Oh, why not?
Johnson, another. That would have been big.
No surprise to see Coach Scott bringing in the reinforcements. Doesn't like how this looks. Tasmania yet to really break a game open. They're going to stop here. They'll get a chance to.
This is their biggest lead of the game at 6. To illustrate Pete Hawley's point, Tarangi banks it home.
That's smart and strong. Go inside. Make sure you get a good shot every time down the floor. Don't force anything.
Marshall's 3 away from an equal career high. Yeah, to Deng. Marshall coming in for the weak side, couldn't get the rebound. The Breakers can come back the other way. Tarangi got rid of his man, and Jackson Cartwright found him underneath. 2-point game once more. So vital in both of their seasons. Tassie can take a 3-game lead on 7th spot. Johnson getting inside. New Zealand with a win. They get back to only 1 game in arrears, and might be in a little bit of discomfort here, DJ.
Oh, he's rolling the right ankle.
Was he grabbing at his ankle there?
Yes, came down on someone else's foot. Have another look. So it's the right ankle, comes down on whose foot is it? Oh, yeah. Well, there's. Oh, he got the double whammy. Oh, no.
Gee whiz. 2 for the price of 1.
So does it a little bit, and then there. That's the bad one. Oh boy.
That's the finisher.
Yep. Here we go. 2 fellas.
He's going to stay out there. He energised them to start this term.
Free throw joke. Of course we stay out there.
See there, the 8 rebounds. Just testing it out a little bit and doing a couple of calf raises and trying to assess whether he can continue in the game. Scott Rock watching on. Anthony Drimmick, Sean McDonald, both injured at the moment.
Anthony Drimmick could be back soon. Going to the JackJumpers the other night in Melbourne.
Four-point Tassie lead. Lopez hits the floor. He goes clutching his wrist or arm. Limps up the floor. He gets straight back into it. Drops it off to Baker. Menenga. Jackson Cartwright straight away. Tassie team up for the rebound. Russell on the play.
That's an offensive foul.
White
Tiger
12,
Campbell.
offense.
I wonder if Coach Cobb's going to have a think about this. We'll get another look here. What are you going to do down the stretch here with Isaiah Brockington?
You leave him on the bench.
Yeah, 0 points, 0 of 6. Ty Webster has 7 points with bringing the energy, 5 rebounds. I'll give it another minute or so just to see if he can just spark something.
Menenga to Jackson Cartwright. Baker in the corner. Jackson Cartwright gets it back. 7 assists, 8 rebounds. Or 8 points, I should say, for Jackson Cartwright. A couple of rebounds, no call. They've let plenty go this evening.
Here we go. Here comes Ty Webster.
I don't know why they stopped going inside to Menenga, though. He was unstoppable at one stage.
Marshall puts his head down. Spinning, floating, can't hit. And then locks up Sam Menenga. He doesn't mind fighting himself in a battle. Nick Marshall.
Neither does Sam Menenga. 1-11. You're right. 10 points at halftime. Got 6 rebounds. And PJC is going to get a quick break here. Has had his struggles, 4 of 16. So this is the time. It's now for Brockington.
Brockington 0 of 6, so PJC certainly not alone. Brockington produced something when they need it. Tries to break down Magnay and hits straight over him. That's a tough bucket.
Tough bucket. But he sees it go in, so hopefully that can get him going.
Halfway through this final term. 2-point game between 6th and 7th as Campbell creates some space.
I'm here for this aggressive Tiger Campbell. Timeout, New Zealand.
64-60, Tassie on top. We've got a close one on Boxing Day with 4:55 remaining. We are going the distance here with these two teams at the Tangerine timeout. 64-60, and plenty for them both to think about, Coach.
Absolutely. This is what we pay for. They're both fighting for that sixth spot. They both want it, and nobody's taking a step backwards. So I'd like to see them go inside, though, to Meninga.
Jackson Cartwright sitting down, so it doesn't look like he'll be coming back into the game.
And someone else who's been non-existent is Bannon. 0 for 5, 2 points. The way we pumped him up before the game. Come on, Bannon, pick it up, bro.
And he's been very, very consistent throughout the course of this season as well. 10 points and 5 rebounds in a number of consecutive games. He's been outstanding this season, Josh Bannon. Halfway through this final term in Tassie, this is what it means. That live ladder, thanks to Mitsubishi Motors, has Tassie 10 and 11, New Zealand 7 and 14. It's a 3-game break. If the result would be reversed, New Zealand are only 1 game outside the 6. It is mission critical for the Breakers. Coming off 3 straight losses. Oh boy. And a turnover out of that huddle. That would frustrate Pettery, Coppin, and Joe Healy. You were listening to him. What was he looking for there?
Yeah, very frustrated for Pettery just then, guys. Look, they sensed an opportunity here. Peter said 5 minutes to go, guys. We've got to lock in. The message was simple. He wants his troops to leave everything on the court.
Turnover at the other end, so they'll get another look. And now Scott Roth is the one whose blood pressure rises a little. 11 turnovers tonight for Tassie, 8 for New Zealand.
It's not terrible, but it's been the timing of them, and to be honest, a lot of them have just been unforced. Also, you know, Scott Roth riding with the Chook Deng over Josh Bannon right now.
Lopez, Meninga, Jackson Cartwright, Brockington and Baker, the 5 that Pettery Confidence going with. Jackson Cartwright flips that one in and makes it a 2-point game. Hamilton, Deng, Marshall, Campbell, Magnay, the 5 for Tassie. 2-point game with 4:15 remaining. Magnay's up top. Hamilton. The Breakers can tie or take the lead on this possession. David Johnson walking to the scorer's bench to get set to check into the game. They'll go through Meninga. Baker in the corner. Rebound Magnay.
He was the only one of those New Zealand Breakers standing on the 3-point line who didn't have their feet already set. He had to quickly get to the corner, and then he catches them, just lets it fly. Everyone else was the perfect play. You get double in the post, skip pass, around the 3-point line, get ready, catch and shoot. He was the only one who wasn't there in time to do it. That's where if you're Brockington, I wouldn't mind seeing a little pass fake to the corner and attack. As David Johnson comes in again. 4 minutes down the stretch without Josh Bannon, who's had his struggles tonight.
Johnson gets a look. It was halfway down before it popped back out. It stays a 1-possession game.
I'm out here. New Zealand score, you think.
Jackson Cartwright trying to force the issue over Magnay, who tips it off the rim, and Baker banks it home, and Scott Roth bows down, puts his hand on his knees, and looks for an answer. 3 minutes remaining now.
You gotta make these guys drive to the basket. No open threes. Hamilton wants to catch it, pull up, get into him and make him drive.
Magnay takes it at Meninga and scores.
Strong move by Magnay.
Six points for Will Magnay, but he's played a big part for this Tassie offense.
The spacing is terrible.
Slowed down on the offensive end for both teams late in the game. Campbell and Lopez get tangled up. 3 of 23 from outside the Breakers. They have shot 6 free throws. Jackie's a 9 of 30 from outside, on the 11 free throws there. Hasn't been a lot of trips to the charity stripe for either team. Tassie shooting 36% from the field. The Breakers 38. It's been a nip-tuck affair all evening as Campbell comes out of the game and delights the locals with a couple of high fives. Lopez thought about it. Time winding down here for Jackson Cartwright from way outside. Oh, wow. EJC makes it home.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of luck, Joe.
And their talisman, their spiritual leader, their go-to man comes up big in a big moment there.
How big this game is.
So much riding on it for their postseason aspirations. Hamilton answers back.
Just so crafty when he gets these spots. Got a great handle, great step back, mid-range game, floater, can score at every single level.
Jackson Cartwright to Menenga. Magnay off the rim. They'll count it.
I'm going to say that one was in. They're going to review it.
That was
under 2 minutes. They're already going to review it.
The Breakers have seen something like that in a late game situation before. Cast your mind back to Tyrell Harrison doing this so effectively. In that 1-point Brisbane Bullets win earlier in the season. So the call on the floor is a basket, correct?
Correct. They're going to review it because it's under 2 minutes.
That would make it the score that you see on your screen at the moment. So with that basket counting, it's 69-68.
And again, the beauty of the FIBA rules, we see people talk about how good it would be in the NBA if they adopted this one in particular. If that ball is above the rim, you can slap it off. But you can't essentially scoop it out of the rim. Now, saw there Will Magnay, the timing of it.
So it is a goaltend at the end of all that. New Zealand back up by 1. Tassie led by 4 at three-quarter time. Hamilton sees all kind of contact underneath the rim.
Let's go. What number? He's called it on 1.
It's Baker and Lopez who met Bryce Hamilton.
Coach Cott might challenge this.
And it is going to be a coach's challenge, of course. The Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup presented by Disney Plus is turning up the heat. All the latest updates at nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup. The winners, $400,000, 60% of it going directly to the players. We know the New Zealand Breakers have shown that they're interested with their form.
The last game against the Phoenix. And Coach Copp's challenging this because he was asking, pleading for Chris Reed, who's the foul? And the foul is on Karim Lopez. Now, you can see the foul. Well, he grabs Rob Baker's arm. But it's also worth noting, too, when we talk about the changes and the graduation with continual improvement with the coach's challenge system. So when he spoke to, when they went to the coaches in the preseason and last couple of years and saying, hey, when we look at a play in its entirety, so say this was called on Karim Lopez, but it's Baker who absolutely hacks him. Do you want that foul to be moved from Lopez to Baker because it's still a foul? And at the time, I believe they said, no, we just want to challenge the foul that is called on that play.
And that's successful.
Another successful one.
Let's go. Come in, guys. Let's
So 69-68, big call and a big win there for the Breakers. Let's go to Scott Butler for the explanation. Scott.
Successful jump off.
Number 1 defender jumps vertically. The call on the floor is a hands foul by number 1. There is no illegal contact by 1 on the shooter with the hands. Because the shot is missed, we'll walk to the center circle and jump the ball up on a successful challenge.
Very good.
Very good, Scott. Appreciate that. 69-68 with 1:24 to go, and how big all these players could be down the stretch.
Wow, that was
As he
NBA.
keep possession.
He went early.
NBA tip right
on
there.
the way up.
So New Zealand don't get the desired result out of the challenge. JackJumpers will get another look at it. It's Hamilton again. Rebound falls to Jackson Cartwright. Breakers up by 1. Brockington in support. Can't finish. They needed him and he couldn't deliver.
Man, he needed that.
Under a minute to go and both coaches just want to let them play this one out.
Left-hander on the right side. Hurley loves the step back going right.
Hamilton.
Loves the step back going right.
Bryce Hamilton putting on a show again. Forces the timeout. 71-69. The clock kept running there. They'll review how much time is left after this.
Don't let him dance. Let's go between the legs. That quick step back. Going right.
Nothing but the bottom of the net.
5 threes now for Bryce Hamilton. Another 20-point night. He is so fun to watch.
And when some of them that they've been able to count on this season, Pete, haven't stood up, the likes of Josh Bannon, that man in this second half absolutely has.
Absolutely. 7 of 18. Only got the 2 rebounds, 1 assist, but it's the big-time plays. And again, on an ISO, he's so hard to guard because at every level he can hurt you. We're seeing there with a step-back 3. He can catch and shoot 3. He gets a step by you. He's a big enough body to really get to the rim, finish at the rim through contact, or he can stop and get to a floater or a mid-range. He is just so fun to watch with ball in hand.
And nowadays, they say some players are shooters, some players are scorers. He's both. He gets it done any way necessary. So any way he needs. Big-time shooter who can score the rock and full of confidence. Give him the ball and move off the way.
Starts going through the legs. That's the telltale sign. Starts going through the legs. He's trying to get to that step back. But if you overplay that, he's got a quick counter where he gets down to that floater.
And Tassie a 2-point lead. He's the leading scorer in the game. Nick Marshall's got 15. He did all his work in the first half. It's been a more balanced outing from the Breakers scoring-wise. The 4 of 24 from outside has left them a little bit high and dry. Lopez, Meninga, Jackson, Cartwright, Brockington and Baker. The lineup to close here for Pettery Copperton. Hamilton, Johnson, Marshall, Magnay, Bannon for Tassie. New Zealand trail by 2. Jackson, Cartwright, so crafty.
How quick is he?
Lightning. Hasn't been the best night for him. 7 of 20. But you know he's the ultimate competitor. He wants to win this and to go quick for a 2-for-1 opportunity as well. Gets the mismatch and says, I'm out of here.
Meow.
We speak about the likes of Milton Doyle and Bryce Cotton as closers in this competition, Pete and Coach. But I mean, this man regularly in close games is able to put this team on his back and deliver.
He's just full of confidence, man. He's done it year in and year out. And it's hard to say a guy's getting better, but with his confidence and with his ability, he's getting better at what he does.
In the process of potentially looking into being a New Zealand citizen as well, which would be quite the coup for the Breakers.
I like this timeout here too from Scott Roth because you've got time to go for a 2-for-1 yourself. The trade-off with that is sometimes we see a 2-for-1 not be a good-looking shot, but they've called a timeout to set something up for that.
I'd much rather get a good shot than a rush first good shot and then have to beg for something at the end.
Breakers still with 1 timeout to call late in this one. Tassie have got a couple remaining.
Tassie going to take it the full length of the court instead of choosing to advance it.
13 seconds shot to game clock. 6th and 7th on the table. Tassie 9 and 11. New Zealand 7 and 13. The Breakers have lost their past 3. They've got the response they wanted. Can they get the result they so dearly crave? Hamilton working on Brockington, getting past him, blocked by Baker.
Interesting, they didn't go for the 2-for-1. That is great defense, great help defense from Baker. I love the ISO to really clear out and let Bryce Hamilton go to work. Would have liked to see the floater. Would have liked to see the floater when he got past Brockington, but now, what have they got? Because New Zealand's going to get a chance to answer because how long they took.
Well, they're reviewing the out of bounds. Did this come off Bryce Hamilton last?
Oh, wow.
It does. I think Baker blocks that back into his hand, does he not?
That's going to be New Zealand ball. Everything's reviewed under 2 minutes.
Wow.
Such a bang-bang play.
That's a great play.
It will be a Breakers ball.
That's New Zealand ball.
Had one that went against them at this end of the floor earlier in the quarter. And of course, they review all these plays in the last couple of minutes, and that is precisely why. 71 apiece at the Tangerine timeout. 21 seconds remain.
I'm calling a 1-4 flat. Get everybody out the way.
So Scott Ross saying he doesn't want a timeout.
We reviewed the play and the ball was no your ball. Coach.
Yeah, mate.
The rules.
So what's happening here is Scott Ross said he wanted the timeout when he thought it was their ball. Now that it's not their ball, he doesn't want the timeout. So I like it.
Let's go. Keep the timeout.
And I like that. That's common sense. That's
Yep.
common sense. Don't let him have to go through that because he thought the ball was there.
Smart move.
Coach Kopp has never had an overtime game in the 50 games that he's coached in the NBL.
Oh, no, the first time tonight. That's good pragmatic refereeing as well.
It is.
To give the timeout back.
1-4 flat, Coach.
1-4 flat. Everyone
PJC.
get out of the way. PJC, go to work. We live and die with PJC.
I'm with you.
The ball in his hand.
I'm with you. Let him get to it for the deep three, whatever it is. We saw him, what he did to the Sydney Kings at home a few Wednesdays ago. Just clear out.
We don't want any of that pull up. We want him with the ball in his hand. Get him the ball.
And you do not leave any time on the clock.
And
either.
move. 1-4 flat.
We're going to get it out of his
There
hand.
it is.
They can have the last look at it here. They send the double. And he loses it. He loses it out of play. It'll go back with Tassie. Extraordinary.
They got it. Surely they'll.
He's running straight back. He did not move.
Now Scott Rock gets his timeout.
I'm not sure that ball ever went out.
71 apiece, 10 seconds remaining. And the call on the floor is that it goes back with the hosts.
Unless PJC touched it when he was out of bounds, which I think is the case.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, we're getting it. But that, you cannot have that. Great awareness as well from Josh Bannon. So we'll get another look at it here. He wanted a foul there.
PJ's out right there.
He's just going to leave it at that point, doesn't he?
And then doesn't re-establish himself. Yep.
There you go. That is the right call.
And it sounded like what he was saying to Chris Reed is, how is that not a foul?
Right, here it is.
Chris Reed's explanation is, well, he's just running backwards. But
what do you call it? That's a foul for me.
It's a foul.
I don't think the explanation passes muster there.
That's a foul for me.
Running across his line, but just to put yourself in that position.
So 71 apiece, 11 seconds remaining. Let's get down to Joe.
Trying to listen into the JackJumpers that time out. It is so loud in here, guys. But Scott Ross, he has his game face on. He's going to go through Bryce Hamilton here. Let's see what happens.
That's where I'd like PJC to stay in the middle of the floor. It's hard to double team when you're in the middle. See if Tassie can clear up Bryce Hamilton to inbound and get it back and go to work.
Hamilton's got 20 in the game.
Step
He'll
back.
see the ball here. The seconds waiting. He loses it, gathers it up, gets dived upon, heaves it at the rim. There will be time left.
How is that not a...
And there is another twist in the tail tonight.
New Zealand's got a timeout now. They'll get to advance it with plenty of time on. What is going on?
Bryce Hamilton scores tied, has just given New Zealand the chance to win it.
I reckon there's more time on that clock, too. You think?
So here's the last play. I like the idea. Krim Lopez. I love that. Krim Lopez, instead of retreating, took a couple of mini steps forward into Bryce Hamilton's space, forced the turnover. Look at this, right there. Bryce Hamilton could have gave it across to Nick Marshall, but...
Is that just a moment of panic, do you think, Pete?
Sure, just trying to get something up. And
I thought maybe a travel, though. Didn't he roll on the ground a couple of times?
the last 14 seconds has taught us anything. I don't know if we need another 5 minutes of these two teams trying to end in the clutch. They've never played an overtime game between them, New Zealand and Tasmania. So 1.4, plenty of time to get a catch, a dribble.
New Zealand, that's the timeout done. Please get on the floor. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. I don't want to give a delayed game. Get them on. Let's go. Come on.
So you can hear them getting things sorted. 5 overtime games so far this season.
On this side.
None of them have involved either of these teams.
So you got time for, you could potentially be a rip for like Sam Menenga or someone to put some quick heat on the rim, or Rob Baker's got an incredibly quick release.
Good job. You go over this line at all, automatic second look.
Oh, it's someone coming down to it's Brockington or someone coming to their left hand.
Lopez to inbound. 1.7 seconds for the Breakers. Brockington, can he be the match winner? No! And we've got free basketball on Boxing Day in Hobart. 71 apiece. And for the first time in this matchup, New Zealand and Tassie are headed to overtime.
Don't like the last play. As I said, you got two lefties on the floor. Try and get, if it's Isaiah Brockington, he went underneath. Try getting Isaiah Brockington to come across the top, because at least he's catching it going left. It's a much easier one dribble stride stop into it rather than turning to his right. So have another look at this with a left-hander there and PJC being the right hand. They needed to invert this. Because look at this, when you've got a lefty, it's such an easy closeout too. Rather than if he gets that coming over the top as a left-hander going down, or if it's PJC in Brockington's spot with the right hand, he can push it out with the right hand, go get it and get heat on the rim.
Is he the right person to be taking the shot when he's 1 of 8 before that for 2 points?
Well, you got to get anybody, whoever can get that ball in at that stage with 1.4 seconds. He's not the guy that I'd have shooting it, but with 1.4 to go, whoever touches it, they don't have time to pass it to anybody. You got to get it up.
Just didn't really end up having anyone in a position to even receive it. The way that play,
I didn't like their space.
Jackson Cartwright's up near mid-court in the end, so he would have been the only other option, and Brockington was kind of the last man standing on that play. See Karim Lopez there getting the right or the left elbow forearm taped up from that incident earlier in the game.
Again, you go back to when PJC, they had a chance. Drove to the sideline, yes, could have been a foul, but just stay in the middle of the floor.
71 apiece. There was 7 points at quarter time to the Breakers, 1 at half time to New Zealand. Tassie swung it to 4 at three-quarter time. We go to the overtime period tied at 71. Tassie is led by as many as 6 in the game. New Zealand by as many as 10. That was in the opening term. There's been so many plays that have walked the fine line tonight, including this. So this was the end of the third quarter from Sean Bairstow. And look at time expire now.
Wow.
That is how close this thing has been tonight. So much on the line for these two teams.
We've had coaches' challenges that have been close. We've had continuation calls that have puzzled. And amid it all, we get 5 minutes of extra basketball, and perhaps, who knows, after that. 71 apiece. Friday Night Hoops, great to have you with us. Joel Peterson, Pete Hawley, Lennart Copeland, and Joe Healy with you. Big day of hoop, big weekend of hoops coming your way as well. Brisbane, Melbourne tomorrow. Adelaide, Perth on Sunday. Tassie are back at it on Monday against the Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. 71 apiece to start this overtime period. Joe, you were listening into New Zealand before this one.
I was. They are absolutely fired up right now. Petri Koponen just looking for his guys to reset here. He won't be happy with that one as Will Magne goes up. But he said, guys, we've got 5 minutes. I want you to leave everything out there. Show me what you're made of.
Oh, what a pass. Good response after that poor turnover. Initial set to start overtime.
And Meninga's been a target that first quarter, but they forgot about it. I'm going back to him.
14 points on the night, 7 rebounds for Sam Meninga, who was prolific early. Air loses it there. Baker's off and running. Brockington's up ahead.
What the?
That wasn't what they desired. They could not have made more of a meal of that, the Breakers.
Got to have a better late game IQ.
Brockington has had an absolute shocker as Bannon gets that to go and hands Tassie back a 2-point lead. Jackson Cartwright getting to his spot, can't hit. Hamilton, Johnson, Air, Magne, Bannon out there for Tassie. Lopez, Meninga, Jackson Cartwright, Brockington and Baker for New Zealand. Magnay outside. Bannon's been quiet. 1 of 8 from the field, Josh Bannon. Jackson Cartwright made an important bucket late. Oh, Menenga got met by Magnay and still able to get it to go.
What a finish from Sam Menenga. Thought Magnay was going to get his full revenge.
2 for 2 in this post game. Give him the ball, man. Overtime.
75 apiece. Johnson sees a double, tosses it away. Brockington wants to slow it down. They go to Menenga again, spins to his left.
Get him, man, the ball.
And now it's Tassie on the back foot. And My State Bank Arena is rocking. Hamilton looking for his. Oh, for Bryce Hamilton.
Just got to crawl in and try and do something different. Brockington is just too reactive. He's just letting Bryce Hamilton dictate where he wants to go.
6 triples, he hands them back the lead. Marshall getting set to check into the game for Tassie. Under 2 minutes to play. Menenga once more. He has been immense in the overtime period.
Sorry, Joe, should I say it again? Give him the ball.
20 points now for Sam Menenga.
No timeout, surely. No team is going to burn a timeout now. Yeah, Sam Menenga, 10 and 14.
Not enough shots.
Josh Bannon to inbound. You can hear the instruction from Ruben Woolcock to him that he can move up and down that baseline. Nick Marshall does get back into the game. Hasn't scored in the second half in his 100th. Will Magnay's 150th. Henry Coppinen gained 50 as a coach in the NBL.
First overtime game.
Looking to take a win to mark both milestones. Bannon got fouled. Josh Bannon, 31 minutes tonight. 4 points. He's 1 of 7 from the field. He is 2 of 2 at the stripe. He's got 8 rebounds. It has not been his night, but he can still come up in a big spot for them here.
Need him to knock both these. You just got to keep that odd number away from the overtimes.
100 years of thrills, laughs and joy. The Harlem Globetrotters are coming to your city. It's your only chance to be part of their 100-year tour across Australia and New Zealand. Don't miss your chance to be part of the legacy. Buy tickets now by scanning the QR code on screen. Bannon misses the first.
Yeah, this game's just toying with everybody. He'll hit this one, of course, to tie it back up. And not give us that discrepancy, that 1-point discrepancy.
Misses. Magnay pulls it down. He rescues the possession for Tassie. New 14 that winds down to 5 now. Hamilton making his move. Flings it. He was looking for Marshall. All he found was Carlin Davison's chair.
Sure why Nick Marshall cut there. He's got to stay spaced. All the help came across to worry about Will Magnay on the roll.
Now, New Zealand with a 1-point lead in the Rock. Parker Jackson Cartwright is their man. Menenga's been the focal point in the overtime period. Back to PJC. He splits the defense. He gets inside. And their Quicksilver point guard does it again.
He is unbelievable getting downhill.
What a game.
Another double-double. 3-point game.
What a force of nature.
Oh,
he is.
Thought about it, David Johnson. Bryce Hamilton wants someone else to make a play here.
Hamilton. Brockington kicked it away. Hamilton gets it back. He's blocked by Brockington. Gets it back again. No good. Bannon's offensive rebound. He's fouled.
Oh, it's on the floor. Chris Reed says foul on the floor.
Foul. Black 1 on the rebound.
Now it's a game of moments and plays and trying to inspire your team to victory.
Let's go.
Not Ross. He's going to think about a timeout here or try and draw something up.
Limited opportunities at the line for both teams. Bannon's free throws were the first Tassie had missed all evening. They keep the ball, 39 seconds left. Hamilton has 23. Johnson can't hit. Jackson Cartwright another rebounds. And he's got 17, 10, 7 and 4 steals, PJC.
Jeez, it was a perfect look, David Johnson. 1 of 6 from 3. Don't need a foul.
What's Tassie got in the locker? Baker's got to get it in. Did just. Rockington gets it over halfway. 8.5 second difference shot to game clock.
Scott Ross screaming, do not foul, but a bucket here could be enough for New Zealand.
Jackson Cartwright, this win so critical to their season. Rockington for 3, misses, rebound. It'll go back with Tassie.
Well, they'll look at it, they'll review it.
We went to overtime, tied at 71. It's the Breakers by 3 as we take another look. Bannon or Baker?
Yeah, that's off Baker.
The other angle would have had a few Tassie fans worried, I reckon. That one looked a little bit more decidedly Rob Baker.
I think Brockington could have got a better shot. They could have got a better shot on that last play.
They were trying to milk as much of the clock as they could.
Rockington on the night, 2 points, 1 of 10. It's been a struggle.
You can't have more turnovers than your field goals as a leading guy on a team. So Scott Ross probably call a timeout here. Advance it, and what do they have to draw up to try and extend it another 5?
Me personally, I'm running them off the three-point line. Give them the layup, run them off the three-point line.
And it might look silly, but there's a lot of times you're taught that right now. If you're New Zealand, when that ball is advanced, you will literally set 5 guys standing around the three-point line, all with their arms out, and give up a layup.
That's right.
The issue is there's still enough time. I think you're going to have to try and play this one straight up. Remember last year, Clint Steindl and Milton Doyle against Perth. Might have got a little extra leeway on the inbounds.
Man, you got a good memory.
And Milton Doyle, we were there for that game.
Yep, we were.
I just said you got a good memory.
You've got a fantastic memory.
Mine's gone.
We were there for that, and then where we were sitting, we couldn't quite see it. And then afterwards, we saw Clint Steindl had a touchdown run on the sideline.
At opposite sideline, and Tassie will be at that end of the floor, so it's the same end of the floor as well. With that Milton Doyle 3, that was a 3 that sent it to overtime against Perth. And then ultimately, it was the Wildcats who told on that day.
So they've got Will Magnay staying in, obviously, to get a quick offensive rebound on the miss. 3 shooters out there.
Marshall, Johnson, Hamilton, Magnay, Bannon. Bannon inbounds. Hamilton will get a good look at Johnson, puts it up. It's no good. It'll stay with Tassie. Marshall for 3. No good. Magnay put it in. Makes it a 1-point game. And the New Zealand Breakers will come away with a critical victory to their season.
Well, they're going to review that one after. It doesn't matter because New Zealand, what a win.
What a wild finish.
They did what they had to do, Joel. They came in here knowing they had to get this win.
Oh, wow.
1-point win to the Breakers, the closest ever game between these two teams in the first time they go to overtime. And New Zealand get to 8-13 on the season, close in on the JackJumpers ahead of them at 9-12, and only 1 game separates these two teams with 12 to play.
Love it, gotta love it. Gotta love when you got teams like this.
Sometimes you gotta win ugly.
That's right, going at it to get into that 6. Because once that happens, you never know what's gonna happen.
And what's more, they will meet again with a couple of rounds to go in this season. So if this one wasn't important enough, when these two teams get together down in round 20, in fact, round 19, that last game, that could be a very, very big contest indeed. A big win for the Breakers. They'd lost their previous 3. They get a win tonight. 81-80 in overtime against the JackJumpers. Bryce Hamilton has 23 for Tassie. Nick Marshall 15. All came in the first half. Josh Bannon just the 4 points. And despite only 2 from Brockington, Sam Menenga had 20. And Parker Jackson Cartwright with another extraordinary performance that we know he is so capable of. And he is with Joe Healist.
Yeah, thanks. The Foot Locker player of the game, Parker, 17, 10, 7 and 4 steals. You came up clutch at the end there. What is it about these big moments that you get up for?
Yeah, just, wanting to win the game. I think, we get down to these moments. We kind of learned some hard lessons earlier in the season, but these games and this point in the season, you got a will to win.
This one was massive for you guys in terms of the ladder positioning and staying in touch with the play-in positionings. What does that mean to you?
It means everything. Like I said, at the break, every game is important now. The seeding is starting to take shape, so we want to make sure we're putting it all into these games for the rest of the season.
You've got a few days off now, and then you've got the Wildcats at home. How do you keep this momentum going and really make a push here?
Just, staying detailed, staying disciplined, recovering. You have some travel over these last 2 weeks, but enjoying the holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Congrats, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you.
What a performance from Parker Jackson Cartwright. What a finish in Tassie. The Breakers get it done by 1, 81-80. Pete Hawley, Leonard Copeland to break it down after this. Sixth and seventh, there was billed as being something that would be very close throughout. Bryce Hamilton had that at the end of the game. Nick Marshall then got a look to try and win it for Tassie. Will Magnay scored as time expired, and a 1-point win to the New Zealand Breakers to claw their way back towards sixth. How important could that be, Pete Hawley?
Massive, absolutely crucial. And I tell you what, the way the NBL always pans out, it could come down to percentage between these two teams, but gutsy win, better to learn from an ugly win than a pretty loss.
Breakers did what they had to do. They came in and got the win, Joe.
And 2-8 now at home, Tassie, this season, Copes.
That's just not good enough. But you got two teams that really want it. If we can get another game like this, I'm happy.
First overtime game between these two teams. Their closest result with a 1-point finish. Sam Menenga started it out with a bang, and the hits kept coming for the New Zealand Breakers. They get it done in OT. Heaps more hoops coming your way this weekend.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Yeah, no worries, buddy. Pulling out, this truck's going.